Hello everyone and welcome back. Sorry it's been so long since I last uploaded. There has been a lot going on, which I will talk about as we go through. But yeah, it's lovely to be back and hopefully I can make this more regular. I know I said that last time, but we'll see what I can do. As I've been editing these videos over the last however many months I've been doing them, I've noticed how fast I talk, and I just want to apologise to anyone who uses subtitles because I have no doubts that the subtitles haven't picked up the majority of what I've said. So for this video and from any video onwards, I am going to try my best to speak a little bit slower, so that it's just easier, especially for anyone who's not a native English speaker. Just so that you can actually understand what I'm saying, because there's no point in me uploading videos if I'm talking at 100 miles an hour and you don't actually know what I'm saying. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Lauren. I'm the owner of the small shop on Etsy called StitchedUpbyLauren, where I sell downloadable cross-stitch patterns, and I've just started delving into needle minders as well. I have a few little Disney ones with Minnie and Mickey Mouse on them, and I'm hoping to get a few more designs in my shop over the next year. So we'll see where that goes. So for those of you who watched my last video, you'll know that we moved house the week before Christmas, and our house, it needs a lot of renovation. So that is part of the reason that I haven't made a video for a while, because the house is currently, it's just a mess. This little corner is, if you could see the room, there's really not any room to move. Majority of the furniture is not in the place that it should be. We've just started working on the kitchen, and a lot of our plates, cutlery, bowls, everything is currently sitting on one of the chairs in the living room because there's so much dust in the kitchen. It's just annoying to have to keep cleaning everything before we use it. So that's one of the reasons that I haven't uploaded a video for a while. But yeah, there's a lot going on, and now that the COVID restrictions have started to ease here in the UK, it's become a lot easier to go and see people, meet up with family and friends. So I've been prioritising that over making videos because it's been 2 years and I haven't really seen people, so I am embracing it and not saying no to anything if someone offers. So yeah, but there is another thing, another reason that I haven't been uploading videos, and that is because for the past 2.5 months, I think it is, maybe just 2, I'm not sure, I've been working on a secret project. And this secret project, I needed to get it stitched up and perfect and ready before I even began to think about releasing it to the public. And so because of that, my other 3 projects that I spoke about in my last video in January haven't been worked on at all. And so it was really hard to think about making a video, a Flosstube video, when I had nothing to update you on because I couldn't show you what I'd been doing. So now I'm going to tell you what this project was and why it's taken up so much of my time. Some of you are probably already aware about this because I did post about it on Instagram last Friday, and I am so excited. I've been so excited to share this with you, but like I said, I needed it to look perfect. I needed it to know that I needed to know that it worked before I could release it, because it's the biggest thing I've done, and I'm hoping that everyone's going to love it, and it needed to be perfect for me so that I knew that it would be perfect for you. So I have been working on my very first stitch along, and it is Buffy themed. So if any of you are Buffy fans, I really hope you're going to enjoy this pattern and this stitch along. So the sign up link is in the description of this video. It's a free stitch along, so all you have to do is pay for your floss and the material that you want to use. There's no charge at all from me. So you can sign up below, and the first part of the pattern will be released on the 27th of May. It's had a lot of good feedback so far. I mean, feedback is in sign-ups. I'm actually a little bit overwhelmed by how many people have been interested in this so far. So thank you all for that. There's nothing worse than the anxiety of having a pattern that you absolutely love and then releasing it and it gets absolutely no response. But already more people have signed up than I even expected, so anything more now is just a bonus. So yes, a big, huge thank you to everyone who has signed up and who's shared and has let everyone know about it. So if you are a Buffy fan, you know a Buffy fan who is a cross stitcher and who would love to take part in this stitch along, please do let them know. So like I said, the first part will be released on the 27th of May. That will be 4 weeks, so you will have 4 weeks for that part to stitch it up, get your floss, get your material, and then each part after that will be released every 2 weeks. And there are 8 parts in total, and as there are 7 seasons of Buffy, you can probably add it up and realise that it's based on each season. So the stitch along itself is called the Buffy Villains Stitch Along. So obviously from part 2, each part will be a villain, the big bad of Buffy each season, or the closest iteration that I can get to the big bad, because there are multiple, the big bad maybe isn't quite as big bad as others, so I'm hoping that everyone's going to love it. But yes, please do sign up. Like I said, it's completely free, and yeah, let everyone know. I don't really have a lot of new items to show you from my stash. Like I said, I've been working on the Buffy Villains Stitch Along, so I haven't had a chance to finish anything or find anything new. But I have obviously bought new floss for that, for the stitch along, and new fabric, and I have started preparing for the stitch along that I mentioned last time from the Stitching Book Club, the Narnia stitch along. So I mean, that is finished. I was very excited that it was the first stitch along that I joined, but I am joining it once it's over. So I'm very excited that the pattern itself, the full pattern, is amazing, and I cannot wait to stitch it up. And so I bought some fabric from Cross Stitch Bunny. It was recommended that the fabric should be a little bit glittery, so I found this lovely fabric here, which again, the link will be in the description. It's a very horrible day today, so I don't really know if this is showing up very well at all, but it's kind of an off-white fabric with glittery specks in and white spots on it as well. So yeah, like I say, it's not really showing up very well on here, so sorry about that, but I will put the link in the description. And I am super excited to begin stitching the Narnia pattern, but I have to finish at least one of my current WIPs before I get started on that. I have bought other fabric as well for the Buffy stitch along. I was debating whether to show you this because I didn't want to give anything away, but fabric is fabric, it's not the pattern. So you can get an idea of maybe the colours that are going to be in that, I don't know. So this fabric, let's see if that's going to show up any better. I'm not even sure if that's in focus, but it might be. This is called Manuscript, and it's from Lakeside Needlecraft. I wanted something that was a little bit tea stained, something that looked a bit like parchment, like, you know, the old library books in Giles's library in the Buffy TV series. So it is yellow stained, it looks like parchment, and it has very faint writing in it. Again, I don't know if it's actually going to show up on camera. If it doesn't, I will just put a picture up here of what it's like on Lakeside Needlecraft's website. So yeah, I was very excited to receive that fabric because it's amazing. And I mean, I know the pattern is mine, but the Buffy Villains stitch along, it works so well with it. So there's that. And the only other thing that I have, I don't really know if it can be called part of my stash, but it is definitely, I bought it for cross stitching only, and it has really helped me, especially with stitching the Buffy pattern, and a few of my other WIPs as well. So I bought myself a tablet. It's a Samsung Galaxy A7 Lite. I will put the link below where I got this as well, because I found it on the BT shop a lot cheaper than, well, the actual Samsung website or anywhere else. And I use my OneDrive because I haven't got Pattern Keeper yet. And on here, let's open my Beauty and the Beast. So you can zoom in, you can see all of the the symbols, everything in perfect. And then down here you can see where I've marked everything off. So the annotate button, you can open the pen and you can scribble. I'm not going to because then I'll get confused. But this has really helped me, because during the move we somehow have misplaced the power cable for our printer. And yes, I'm aware it would be much cheaper to just buy a new power cable for my printer, but using paper and highlighters is great, but for patterns that are quite big and that spread over multiple pages, it's just much easier for me to be able to have the pattern in one and to use it on a tablet. So yeah, it's been a massive life changer, and I think it has definitely helped to speed up my stitching. So yeah, that's really it for my stash. Yeah, I do have a new pattern in my shop. It's the old kit that I've talked about before, so the I Am Beautiful, I'll put a picture up. So yeah, they are now available in all, I think, 6 of them as patterns only, because with all the move and everything, all of my cross stitch stuff is still in a box, and that means all of the kit stuff is still in a box, and with all the dust from the renovation, it's just not working to have kits on my website because I can't actually fulfill them. So I decided it was a good pattern, and I would rather have it on my Etsy as a pattern only rather than a kit that I can't actually fulfill. So if you do like those, please do go and check them out. I will put the link for them down in the description too. So I finished stitching the Buffy stitch along about 3 weeks ago, I think. So each one of my current works in progress have had a week of stitching on, though some, you know, have got more progress than others. Like I said, renovation, socialising. I'd forgotten what socialising was after the last 2 years. So I've been busy, but I do have an update on all 3 of them, which is really great. So I will, like I do normally, put a picture up of the last time you saw this compared with now. So this is my Beauty and the Beast one. As I said, with the new tablet, it has been much easier to stitch this one, and all of these colours are really blending together really well, and I'm loving it. I didn't realise until I picked it up that I hadn't quite finished putting the leaves, because these leaves go all the way around in the heart shape, and apparently I just gave up doing that. I must have got bored and started working on here, so maybe I'll finish off the border, we'll see. But like I said, I'm really loving the way that these colours are starting to blend in. So it's so easy to stitch as well. It goes so quickly, so I'm really looking forward to getting this one done and finishing it and seeing what it looks like properly once everything is in. And then we have the advent calendar. There's not a lot of progress on this one. Let's see if I can get that all in the picture. So number 5 is almost finished. Almost. We have the outline. Let's see. The outline of the nutcracker, and you can see where his little moustache is going to go. But yeah, it's not there's not a lot of progress on this, but again, I was busy, so at least, you know, at least some of it has gone in and the nutcracker is starting to show through. But I cannot wait for the top row to be completely done, and then I can move down to some of my more favourite little numbers, my favourite images, because I think the one down here under Noel is some baubles, and oh, I love that one. I really hope it translates well to the actual stitching compared with the picture. So yeah, I mean, eventually, maybe I will get this one done for Christmas, you never know. The rate I'm going, I'm not entirely sure. And then finally, my final work in progress is my stocking. So I think I showed you last time the absolute mess that these threads were in. And I bought some bobbins to sort it all out and get it all working, because this, I just can't work with this. I ran out of bobbins. I was so annoyed because these are the last colours left. And the way that these are attached in here, oh, is it? I don't know if that's, you're going to be able to see that very well, but they're kind of glued in. And so once they've come out, it's really hard to get them back into place, fix them in. So working with this, and look, the length of them is driving me insane. So they are now on a lovely bobbin ring. And yes, I know they're still long, but they are numbered, they're in number order, and it's just going to be much easier for me to find the threads now that they're all in one place, because some of these blues, some of them were loose in the kit and some of them were on here, like of the same colour. So now that they're all in one place and I know that I've got everything, so that took me a very long time. So stitching my stocking didn't I didn't get a lot done, but I have got this far. Can you see that? Yep, you can. So again, not a lot of progress, but I have managed to fill in the red line all the way to the end. It still needs to be stitched all the way back on the bottom row, but then that is done, and I know that I've got the full width of the stocking, and I know that I have calculated my fabric correctly, which is always a worry for me because I do have a habit of well, I mean, this fabric was pre-cut, but I do have a habit of starting in the wrong place. So I'm very, very happy to know that this is going to fit, and that my time has not been wasted. So yeah, that is that for my works in progress. I really wish I could show you my Buffy finish, but that would just spoil the stitch along completely. But if you are interested, like I said, the sign up is below, and I will be on my Instagram. I will be showing some sneak peeks of either the pattern or the colour palette or both over the next few weeks before the 27th of May when the first part drops. So yeah, please do come along and say hello and let me know what you think once that has been released. I don't really have any pictures to show of the house renovation at the moment because nothing has really been completed. So like I said, we're working on the kitchen. All of the kitchen tiles on the floor have been removed. And as we did that, we realised that the kitchen floor was sloping considerably. So we've had to put pouring concrete down to re-level the floor. And I think that's where the majority of the dust is coming from in my house. It's not pleasant. There is dust everywhere. Just looking around this room, I can see dust everywhere. And no matter how much you clean up, there will be more within, you know, the next day. So we are working hard to try and get the kitchen done. We've put in a new kitchen cupboard because we don't currently have any cupboards downstairs, and it would be nice to put the hoover, the mop, the buckets away. So we've put like a cupboard around the boiler to hide the boiler as well because it's a little bit ugly. And then we're going to put everything in there. What else have we done? it's just general decorating. But we have slowed down quite a lot compared to when we first moved in. I think we realised that we were going too fast, and sometimes after work you do just need to sit down and do nothing. You do just need to sit down and do some cross-stitching or read a book or watch TV. I think we were doing too much, so we have slowed down, but the majority of the big jobs are done except for the kitchen. But like I said, that's being worked on, but it is being worked on a lot slower than when we first moved in. But now that everything has slowed down, I am really hoping that I will have more time for stitching, and I will have more time for videos like this. So for those of you who have been watching since the first video, thanks so much for coming back. I really do hope that I can make these more regular, but we'll see. Yeah, just a general update on what we've been up to over the last few months. We have been on holiday. Yay! It's our first holiday in the last 2 years. So we were meant to go to Ireland in 2020, but the week that we were meant to go, was it the week? Oh no, it was the week lockdown happened in the UK, and then we were meant to go on holiday the week after. So that, you know, was never going to happen. And so yeah, 2 years delayed, we managed to go on our holiday to Ireland, which was absolutely lovely. It's the best holiday we've ever had. We've had some disastrous holidays, but this one, it was really great. We stayed in some lovely cottages called Clonlem Cottages. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but it was lovely. I'll put a picture up here of what it looked like when we were there. We had the perfect weather. It only rained on the last day as we were about to get back on the ferry. So it was really nice to get away and have a break. And hopefully we can have a staycation, like a long weekend somewhere in the UK as well, over the next, well, we try to avoid summer because we try to avoid summer holidays, because then it's just so busy with so many people. So maybe in September we'll go away, probably to Norwich, because that's where my boyfriend went to university and spent about 10 years of his life. But yeah, we've, like I said, been socialising, seeing friends, seeing family. We've got family coming over this weekend, and it's just been lovely that things in the UK at least have kind of started to settle down and go back to normal. So yeah, I'm hoping that I'll have more time for this and for all of you guys and for my shop and for my Instagram. And yeah, it will be lovely to see you all on here more regularly. So yes, thank you again for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, anything you'd like to see in these videos, please do comment down below. And I know I've said it about 4 times already, but the sign up for the Buffy Villains Stitch Along is in the description, so please do sign up if you are a Buffy fan. I did the Stitch Along because I found it so hard to find any Buffy patterns online, and I really just wanted to make something for everyone, make it free. And yeah, I'm so excited to share it with you all on the 27th of May. So yeah, so please do follow me on Instagram if you want the updates on that. Sign up, and I hopefully will be back soon. I won't say when, but I hope that I'll be back soon. So yes, thank you all so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.